Ladies and gentlemen, today is going to be the start of a new series called Road to Title Tuesday. Now, if you don't know what Title Tuesday is, it is a weekly tournament on chess.com that happens every Tuesday and only titled players can participate, just as the name signifies, Titled Tuesday. Now, the title that I'm going to be going for is USCF National Master. In order to achieve this title, I'm going to need to get a USCF rating of 2200. Now, I don't need any norms for this title, but a 2200 USCF rating is harder to achieve than regular online ratings. So I would have to be as strong as a 2400 rapid player on chess.com. Right now, I am a 2040 rapid player on chess.com, so I need 360 rating points to reach that level of strength. And I've just recently played in a tournament, and I'm going to show you the first half of my games. Let's start this journey with a bang. Alright, this is game 1 of the tournament. I had the white pieces and played 84.8% accuracy. This tournament was actually a month and a half ago, so I have become stronger since this tournament, but not by that much. So I still played the English opening with c4. So this is how the opening went. We played 7 moves of theory, just developing our pieces. And then I'm the first one to step out of the book. Here, rook to e1 is better, but he plays knight to e4, allows me to trade. I go queen d2 to try to play bishop to h6, and so far this is a pretty equal position, leads to a lot of draws. And here he plays e5. And this move had me very, very confused because I saw that after takes, I take the queen, he takes back. I have to take with the knight, because if I take with the bishop, then he has this move. And now I am in trouble because if I take back, he takes my bishop. So if I take this, then he'll take on g2. And after this, I'll be down a piece for a pawn, and that's bad. So now I take with the knight, and now he takes the bishop on g2, which is a mistake. Apparently it was fine for him if he went bishop to f5, even though I was up a pawn. I don't really see how, and that's very, very difficult to see. Like here I would have probably just played like this. He would have, knight a6 is the best move. And I mean, I'm just very confident that I would win this position being up a pawn. So here, knight takes, he takes the bishop on g2. I take back, and this is the position that we have to play. He goes knight to d7. I decide to trade and move the f rook to d1. Now, he moves the a rook to d8. I decide to trade, and now I really want to activate this rook. But if I do it right now, I'm going to lose this pawn. Also, the rook is actually never going to go to the second rank because the bishop is defending. So I decide I'm going to play the sequence of moves, rook b1, b4, and now activate my rook with rook to b3. It says this move is a mistake, but apparently bishop to e3 was better to attack the pawn. But I thought after a6, I wouldn't really do anything. So I decided to go here and rook to d3. Now, once again, bishop to e3 is better, but I don't see how. And now I trade. Once again, I should have given this check on e3, but I decided to trade and take the pawn on b5. And now I go bishop to e3. He plays a6, and I start to develop my king. I move my king to e4. He goes king d6. And now bishop d4. Now, if he ever trades here, he's going to be lost because of this extra pawn. Being an extra pawn up like this in an endgame where your opponent really has no tricks is just completely winning. So after this move, he plays f5 check, but there's nothing scary about that move because you just go king to d3, bishop to h6, and I have a slight advantage, but f4 blows that away because of king to d6. Now it's immobile, and even though I'm up a pawn, I can't really do anything. But I decide to fight back. I just protect my structure, and here, g4, the best move. Now what's funny is during the game, For some reason, I thought that this pawn was defended twice, so my heart dropped when he took. But I realized, oh, well, it's completely fine because I take. If he takes here, I actually have e4. And after king e6, I'm going to run to this pawn, and I'm the only one with an advantage. So after here, he actually plays h4, which is a losing mistake because now I play e4, and all of a sudden, I have this huge pawn wall, and this pawn is never going to queen because my king comes in time. g5, and I smoke the advantage away. Here, I should have played f5. The idea is, king like d7, these pawns break through. But I was nervous about this pawn also just being an asset for him, so that is why I decided to go king to f3. He takes, I go here, and I'm constantly monitoring that this pawn can't really go anywhere. And now, h3 is a mistake. I go here, and now bishop to g5. Now the idea of this move is to go bishop to c1 and then eat up these pawns. But I do not let him do that and play the best move, bishop to b2. Now bishop to f4 is a very, very tricky move. The idea is you cannot take because the pawn is guaranteed a promotion because there's nothing you can do to stop it. Now maybe you still have some play, but like, yeah, g5, he makes a queen. You can't really do anything. This game is just completely lost. But I did not fall for this and instead took the pawn on h3, which is the best move. Now I plays bishop g5, and I realized, okay, I know this is winning, but how do I do it? I went king to g3 and started to run my king around. And here, I blunder. I had low time on my clock here, so I thought a4 would just be a very good move because he can never really do anything. These pawns are always going to be blocked off by the bishop, but it is a blunder because in all reality, he can just take. But he doesn't do that and then allows me to take, and bishop to h8. I should have went to king e2 and tried to come around the other way, but bishop h8. The point of this move is you want to go king d4, but if you go king d4 right now, bishop here, and it's just a draw. Because you're the only one with winning chances, but he has ways to draw the game. So bishop to h8. He goes here, and now you go king to d4. But he comes around this way. So then you gotta play king c3. It's like a puzzle. But then I play bishop g7. Bishop to e7. The point of bishop e7 is to go bishop to f8. But now I come around this way and play bishop c5. And now, after bishop to e1, I play the best move, king d3. Now, if I would have went here, it's still winning for me, but it would just lead to a repetition of moves. So, in the end of that, I'd always have to go king d3. So here I go king d3, and now I find the winning idea. I have to use the g-pawn as a distraction, because now I push it, I go here. If he takes, I just win this pawn. Don't play bishop d6 right away, but I'm going to play here, bishop d6, go and win this pawn and win the game. So he doesn't take it, but now I play bishop f8, and I'm threatening to go here. This pawn is going to promote. I'm also going to run to this pawn, and this game is completely winning. And that is how I won my first game of the tournament. Now, let's see the second game. Now, in the second game of the tournament, I had the white pieces again and played c4. My opponent plays e6, which is what I play against the English defense. I played d4, he plays d5, knight to f3, knight to f6, knight to c3. Pretty normal Queen's Gambit transposition. Now here he plays a6, which is a sideline. The idea is, after a move like e3, you take the pawn on c4, the bishop takes back, and now you play b5. The bishop goes back to d3, and now bishop to d7, and I'm the first one to leave the book again. I play a3 here to prevent any bishop b4 stuff, and he goes bishop to d6. He should have played c5 here, but he doesn't do that. Now queen e2. Again, at the time of this game, I was a lot worse and I made a lot of bad decisions. And so did my opponent. And I just couldn't find the right idea. The right idea was e4. And then I played bishop to b2. Also, by the way, b4 is a move that nowadays I would never ever play. Like, I would play e4 without even thinking about it. But I played bishop b2. The knight goes to b6. And now I finally play b4. Not b4, e4. Knight to h5. And I throw the game away. Because I miss that he has knight to f4. Now, the point is, if I go queen to f1, he has knight, like bishop takes f3. He also has like bishop takes e5 in some lines. So like, just like he has bishop takes f3, take back, and then he can take like this, because if I take, now he takes this, and now with a knight of course, and now I'm just completely losing. So I saw that, and now I played queen to d2. He takes a pawn on g2. I played king e2. He takes my bishop, knight here, I come back, and now bishop to c7. Now I am down a pawn, but I have a lot of attacking chances here, and I moved the h rook to g1. Apparently I should have moved the a rook, which is just super aggro, but I wanted to double up. And now f6. And here I decide to stop just playing terribly and play the great move queen to h6. Now the point of this move is, okay, at the time of the game I thought I just won the game. Like, I was calculating these completely crazy lines. Like, I was seeing like if he would have went here, I could have had like a mate in one. But also, let's say he went here, I was calculating this is actually what I saw during the game. I swear. And then like bishop takes h7. He goes here, this is mate. I was also calculating if knight to g6, which is the best move. I saw this, but then after takes, this is what I was actually gonna go for. Here, I would go here, like, this is just devastating. The computer doesn't think so, but my opponent blunders and gives up the knight on h4. Here I should have taken with the rook on g7 first, and now knight takes b5. Now it's a pretty clever idea, because if they ever take, now the king is clamped up, and now you take and you're threatening so many different things. My opponent doesn't take and instead takes the pawn on e4, allows me to take the pawn here, and now he takes. I take back, knight to d7 loses the game. He had to give up the queen because of rook to g6. And now it is checkmate in 4. There's absolutely nothing he can do. He takes the pawn on d4. And now queen to g6 is just checkmate in 1 after rook to f7, which is the only move. You just simply play queen takes f7, checkmate. So that is the first half of the tournament that I played in. Soon I will be posting the second half, which is the final half. So I'll see you guys in that video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and see you guys next time. Bye.